Alright, I'm going to show you how to make a battery from pennies. And all you need for this is pennies dated after 1982 because they are all zinc and copper plated. You'll need, I used a metal file, but you could use sandpaper. You could even use the concrete, you know, your sidewalk, to grind them down. And you will need electrical tape, regular electrical tape, and I think some plastic would be good. This is shrink wrap, but you don't have to use shrink wrap. You could use just plastic wrap, saran wrap. And then you need some salt water. You know, as for how much salt goes in it, just whatever. Whatever will dissolve. When it stops dissolving, stop putting it in. I probably put under a teaspoon. I don't know. And let me show you how to do it. It's really simple. All you do is sand one side of the penny. Okay? These are all sanded to save us time, but see, I took this apart from a previous experiment, and you can see that it's real dirty. Now that is zinc oxide, right here, how it's darker. That happens whenever you do a, I don't want to call this electrolysis. Anyway, it happens during this process. Let me show you how I sand it. Just put it on here and see, it starts to get shiny again. Now if you have the zinc oxide on there, it's going to mess with the amount of voltage that you'll get because it acts as a resistor. Alright, so now we got a bunch of pennies. How many do we have here? 4, 8, 12. Let's just use 10. So, 4, 5. Alright, there's 10. Let's put these up. Alright, once you've sanded them, they don't have to be perfect, but better it's if you get it all off, so there's some copper left on here. The way we're going to do this, you put your zinc down, face down, copper up, and we're going to stack them, zinc down. Alright, just like that. But we're going to put what is called an electrolyte between it, which is salt water, which promotes the ions to jump between the metals. Without it, I guess there's too much resistance. So, just take a, it's kind of dirty, paper towel, tear a corner off, you know, like this. And just let me show you the process. It's real simple. Make sure that that's in. Okay, yeah, you can see that. Put your first penny down. Grab one of these. Stick it in the salt water. I don't want too much excess liquid. Put it on the penny. Put your next one, zinc down. Alright, get another piece of, get a better one. Oh, it's too small. Get another piece of paper towel, soak it in the salt water. Alright, you get the process, so I'll speed this up from now on. Okay, we're done. Now we got our thing. Let me where my scissors are at. I don't really need scissors. I'll use these cuticle cutters, and I want to soak up the excess liquid. Alright, so like that. Soak up this extra water here around the sides, and that is effectively your battery. If I hook this LED to it, or polarity, you'll see that you get your thing, and it will get stronger as the liquid on the outside dries. Right now it's kind of shorting because the liquid is traveling over the sides, and so the charge is going through. That's 10 pennies. That's 10-cent battery, and these need a voltage of 3.5 volts, about 3 volts, somewhere in there, and 20 milliamps. So I'm getting at least that. I hope you can see that. Let me see. Can you see that this is lit? Yeah, you can see now. It's lit. Alright. Okay, so now let me show you how to keep this working for longer than an hour. We'll take some electrical tape, and this is to keep the... And then we are going to wrap this with the electrical tape. Don't worry if it doesn't stick, it's not a big deal. It'll stick to itself. Alright, something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just, this is just the preliminary. Now, here's where the plastic wrap comes in. Now, I haven't seen anybody else do this with plastic wrap, but plastic wrap is cool. Alright, so you put your pennies on the plastic wrap, and we are going to completely cover the whole thing in plastic wrap. Alright, pull it off and trim away the sides. But you don't really need the plastic wrap. You could probably just do this with electrical tape. Now the way we are going to get it to make your connections is you just poke through the plastic wrap until you've made contact. You could scratch a place with something, tear a small hole so you can make your electrical contacts. And there you go. You got your, it's really bright in here because I'm recording and it looks like shit if I don't have a lot of light. But we've got our thing. If we put another penny on there, it would probably be brighter. But you see that it is producing electricity. Alright. I hope you can see that. Alright. There's your battery. Now I don't know how long that'll last. I've seen some people's that last for days. There's your battery, and it will keep working, and it actually gets better as the liquid on the outside starts to dry. When I first did this, I did it with like 4 pennies or something, and I got a less than a volt, and then after an hour or two it was giving out 3 times that. So there's your battery. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. See you next time.